You don't have to look a certain way to be magnetic on a date. It's not about the hair, it's not about the outfit or the makeup or the car you pull in with. It is about your energy. If you've ever left a date thinking, why didn't I feel my best? Why was I overthinking? This might be why. Hi, I'm Ariana. I'm a dating and relationship coach, and today we are going to talk about what truly makes you attractive on a first date. The tips I'm going to share with you has nothing to do with physical things or things that you own, but truly about tapping into your inner energy, your inner confidence, that inner power that you can show up with at any date. The first one I want to discuss is to be rooted in your own energy. So what does that mean? Take a moment to just check in. How's your body feeling? What are you overthinking? Let all that energy go. Magnetism always starts within. Again, I want to be very, very clear. It is not about anything outside of you. The more anchored you are, the more people will want to lean in. They can sense that energy. They can feel it. So make sure that you anchor that in before the date. Maybe a little fun exercise can be staring at yourself in the mirror, giving yourself compliments. You got this. Of course they're gonna like you. Instead of thinking, oh my gosh, am I gonna be good enough? Are they gonna find me interesting enough? It's like, I find myself interesting. I find myself beautiful. I find myself funny. I find myself whatever you wanna say, and really let those words sink in. It'll change the tone of the date regardless of if the person likes you or not. You are rooted in your own energy, and it doesn't matter who accepts you or doesn't. Number 2, in the date, it's all about being present and not performative. Trying to just simply impress someone disconnects you from that moment. Real attraction comes from just being, right? Being with that person, taking it in, taking that present moment in, instead of being in the back of your head saying, okay, what am I gonna say next that's gonna impress them? You are not making a real connection there. So let go of the script, let go of the things that you feel like you need to say, or the jokes you wanna pull out, or the interesting things that you're, trying to dig up. Just be and just flow. And I promise you, with the right person, it'll simply flow. And here's the thing, with dating, it might not always work out. Okay, this first date, you need to drop all the expectations and just be. And the more present you are, the more you can really be in that moment and see if this person is someone you will connect with or not. Number 3, learn how to listen. And I think a lot of people have a hard time with this one. Truly listening, not just waiting to respond, which is very, very common, right? They say something super interesting and right away in your head, you're like, oh wait, I did the same thing. I want to share that. And so you're no longer just presently listening. You are in your head thinking, oh, this is what I'm going to say next. You're just in your head waiting to respond, not taking what they're saying to you. And people can feel that. Ask yourself, am I listening to just take it in or simply just waiting to respond? Learn to listen and just sit there and take it in. It makes a world of a difference, and the person will notice. Number 4, let your heart stay open. Drop those expectations of what you think a perfect date would be like. Even if you're unsure about the person, maybe you checked out their Hinge profile and there's something jumping out at you, let that go. Bring your open-heartedness. It's rare and it's felt. Don't come with judgments, don't come with expectations. Just come with an open mind and an open heart. And people might surprise you. You really get to connect with someone deeper when you drop all those things. In this first date, you don't need to know if it's forever. That's not your job to figure out in that moment. It's just to show up and experience this date and that person and take it from there. Number 5, be in integrity with your yes or no. Drop those people-pleasing tendencies. People can sense when you're people-pleasing. Saying what you really feel, even if it goes against what they think, brings authenticity into it. They can feel, hey, she's not always agreeing with me. He's not always agreeing with what I say. Being authentic with your yeses and your nos, that builds connection, it builds trust, and it builds confidence within you. You don't have to be agreeable all the time in order for someone to like you. Number 6, asking thoughtful questions. A date is all about really trying to explore who that person is, getting to know them. Not just you trying to perform, but actually taking somebody in. So maybe if that means skipping the small talk, that's okay. You're not weird for that. You're just trying to get to know this person. So it's okay to ask those deep, meaningful questions. Maybe not too deep right away, but just make sure that you're asking questions that you've thought about, that you really would like to know about the person. That's why I think it's very important, maybe before the date, to drop in and say, okay, what do I actually want in a partner? What are the really important things that I value? And based off of that, come up with a couple of questions that you can ask on the date. And I'm not saying, okay, have a list ready and then be asking them and crossing them out. This is not an interview, but just keep those in mind and let them flow naturally within the conversation. Remember, curiosity is a great way to create intimacy with somebody. And again, you're on this date because you want to find a partner and you want to build a life with someone, and this is the first step. Be curious about the person. And the last one I want to talk about is let silence be sacred. There is nothing wrong with letting silence fill the date. You don't have to fill every pause. If you can sit in silence and feel peaceful, that's real intimacy. A lot of people nowadays are so uncomfortable with silence. One, because we fill our time with TV, podcast, music. There's always something going on that we're uncomfortable when there's just silence. But it is a great way to know, hey, do I feel safe in this person's presence without having to perform, without having to do anything, for us to just be? Silence can also be connection. And when somebody sees that you're comfortable with silence, you're not always trying to talk through the silence, there's an aura of confidence with that, and people really do appreciate that. And you might make them feel more comfortable too with silence as well. Okay, that is all for today's video. Comment down below which of these traits you want to try out on your first date, which one might be the most difficult for you. Let me know. And if you want me to make a part 2, also drop that in. I will most likely be making a mini course on this, so if you want to stay updated on that, make sure to check out my website, and you can find many other free resources there as well. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.